I guess this is a bit of a cautionary tale. Be careful who you trust because people you consider to be your friends aren't always what they seem. My name is Nicole, and recently I was forced by the guy I thought was my best friend to go through a hellish experience. You see, Mark was always there for me since kindergarten. We played together, and he'd always have my back. We talked for hours at a time as we grew up, and he was my closest friend in the world, you know? Mark knew everything about me. My favorite color, my favorite food, my problems with my parents, and my cell phone's password. That was my biggest mistake, thinking that I was safe around him, that he wouldn't be a creep and take advantage of my trust. So one day, he came over earlier than usual. We were going out to dinner, and I still had to take a shower, but Mark didn't mind. I jumped in the shower, and when I got out, found him fiddling with my cell phone. Mark immediately explained that he was just looking up some restaurants in the area. He wanted to try something different as we usually went to the same old places, and his cell phone's battery had apparently drained after a long day around town. I shrugged it off, as it seemed like a completely normal explanation, and let him just keep browsing through my phone. Little did I know what he was truly doing, and right in front of my face. The nerve of some people. You see, Mark had apparently stumbled onto some explicit pics I had sent to an ex-boyfriend. They were sexy and silly, but I didn't think anyone other than the guy I was dating would ever see them. I was so wrong. But it wasn't my ex that leaked them. Unbeknownst to me, while we discussed where to have dinner that night, Mark was texting the old pics to his own phone. He gave me my phone back, having erased any trace of what he had done, and we went out like it was just any ordinary night. Nothing in my life would be ordinary after that moment. Let me tell you that. A few days later, that was when all hell broke loose for me. Mark had been sharing my pics with his macho friends, boasting about how hot I was. They made crude remarks, had a few laughs, but then, as it's bound to happen, a few of those guys sent the pics to a few of their friends, and those friends did the same, and so on and so on. You can see where this is going, can't you? The pictures became viral, and before I even knew what was going on, everyone I knew had seen them. The whole school had seen them. I was, as usual, one of the last people to find out what had happened, and couldn't understand why people at school were staring and giggling when they saw me. Why guys began telling me how hot I looked on those pictures. I knew something was wrong, though, and it took me all of 5 minutes to discover the pictures that had been leaked. That's when I completely freaked out. I locked myself in the school's bathroom, crying my eyes out. I thought it was my ex because he was the only one supposed to even have those pictures. I was so mad, so humiliated. I confronted my ex, but he adamantly denied any wrongdoing. He told me he had erased the pictures the day we had broken up because he didn't want to mess with me. I didn't believe him at all, but now I know I should have. An official investigation was launched by authorities in my school. I didn't want that to happen as it would only make it all worse in my mind, but they told me it was protocol and meant to help me. My parents were called to the school and I thought they would be so angry at me. I was so surprised by how much support they offered and really helped me get through this whole situation. It didn't take long for the truth to come out, though. It wasn't my ex who had leaked the pics, but rather Mark, my best friend, the guy I trusted more than anyone else in this world. I felt so betrayed. And though he apologized, saying he never meant for this to reach this boiling point, I couldn't forgive him. He had done something too terrible, betrayed my trust, and humiliated me in front of everyone I knew. I ended up being transferred to another school, and now things are slowly starting to get back to normal. It's still hard, as you can imagine. These pics are never truly going away. At least Mark suffered the consequences of his betrayal. He was expelled, and his parents, who, unlike him, are truly nice people, made sure he didn't just have it easy. Last I heard, they sent him to a military boarding school to straighten him up. I haven't talked to him since I discovered the truth, and I don't think I ever want to see him again. I'm doing better now. It's still hard, but I have the support of both my family and my true friends. Learn from my mistakes and make sure you don't trust anyone who doesn't deserve that privilege. If you enjoyed hearing about my horrible experience, leave a like and check out the other stories on the sides. See you next time!